Okay, here we go with a drawing of a mouth. First of all, mouths are important, but nothing's really as important as the eyes. So we do want to get it right, and we do want to kind of get the expression right. So if you have a little thing your mouth does, you want to try and see if we can get this into the drawing. There's lots of things to talk about with the mouth, but also it's not that hard to draw. So first of all, where are we going to put our mouth? It'd be really nice if I could say exactly halfway down, but that's not where the mouth is. The mouth is closer to your nose than it is to the bottom of the chin. So look in the mirror, make sure you're looking directly at your face. And what I want you to do is put, if you do put a point in here for halfway, that's probably in your lower lip. Or if you have thinner lips, both of your lips might even sit on there, or it's in your lower lip. So kind of take a look, okay, where's my halfway point? How thick are my lips? And how do I plan this out? So I don't have extremely thick lips, so I'm putting mine in kind of like, no, it's a little further down. Kind of this. So basically, yeah, here we go. Here, here, and here. This is going to be my mouth. But see how the halfway mark is up in the lower lip, probably somewhere. Now, how wide is my mouth? Now, the actual mouth may not be this wide, but the pucker at the corners of your mouth is at least this wide. So we're going to look for, if you go straight down from the eyes, look for your mouth to be kind of puckered in right below the center of your eyes. This is about how wide our mouth is. Now, there's a couple things. Given a family look, the way mouths look in your family, boys often have a wider mouth, in a sense, a larger mouth than a girl. If I were to draw stylized boy lips, they might look like this, and something more like this. So it tends to be kind of a wide, not always, tends to be wider, maybe slightly larger looking in proportion. If I draw a very stylized girl lip, I might do something like this. It's a little bit fuller in the middle and more of that kind of kissing look. So smaller, fuller in the middle, maybe. But for whatever reason, you often think this is a boy lip, this is a girl, this is more squared. You'll notice in cartoons, the boys' lips are very squared, the lower lip. Girls are more like this. So this is a possibility. This may not be your lips, but that's one of the things we're looking at. Either way, we're going to look for the corners of your mouth to be here. If you have a smaller mouth, in a little bit, but still it has to cover a certain amount of territory or it's not going to work as a lip. If you have a larger mouth, it's probably a wider mouth, a fuller mouth. So it won't be too much wider than this. Quarter inch would be a lot. So, you know, looking for the kind of size and location of your mouth. So that's the first thing we're going to do. So here I have kind of a plan, upper lip, middle of the mouth, lower lip, about how wide. That's about where my mouth's going to end up. Now, one thing, people like to draw mouths that look like this, like a big dark line around it, and then a line in the middle. Kind of call this like the hamburger style. So this almost looks like a bird mouth. You know, this isn't too realistic looking. And it also emphasizes the outside lines as opposed to this line. This is line in the middle. This is the line we want to get right. Your mouth is rounded. It goes rounded across your face. And so if we take a look at just this line in the middle, we're going to build our mouth around this line. Typically, this line dips down just a little bit here, because the upper lip kind of hangs down a little bit in the middle. Then the lower lip, there's two sides to the lower lip, and they push up. So upper lip pushing down, the two sides of the lower lip pushing up. So you're going to get some version of this line in the middle of your mouth. Do you see upper lip pushing down, lower lip pushing back up? Now I'm going to since I'm older, my age shows up on the sides of my mouth. So I'm not going to quite draw that because I don't think that's going to help you, but I'm going to try and help you with this. So what version of this line? At the very least, some of you do have a simple line here, but it has to have at least a slight curve to it. Nobody has a straight line. You know, like I said, if it is fairly straight, it's curved up or down a little bit. See what this line looks like. This line on your face is one of the darkest lines you have. So compare how dark this line is to maybe how dark your nostrils are, your eyes, and your eyebrows. It's a pretty dark line. Maybe your whole lips don't even get as dark as this line is. This is the main part of your mouth you want to get right. Look at the corners of your mouth. What happens at the corners? Do they tip up just a little bit, like a little bit of a curl here on the corner? Is it kind of straight? I'm going to draw a couple things, kind of just straight. Or, and some people it actually kind of tips down just a little bit at the corner of the mouth. So what kind of corner do you have on your mouth here? And then often there's kind of a shadow, and this line's going to be probably at its darkest right here in the middle. Okay, that's how we start our mouth, and see how it's already looking like a mouth and we really haven't even drawn the lips yet. When we start drawing the lips, first of all, the lower lip on most people, not everybody, tends to be wider than the upper lip. The lower lip tends to be a little more square. Some of you who have a very strong change of color from your skin color to your lips, you have a very distinct line for your lips. But a lot of us here on the sides of our lower lip, the color change is more subtle. So I often like to leave that a little open here. So if your lips contrast your skin color a lot, go ahead and draw this line. There's going to be a difference. But if there's a gradual thing here, don't draw this completely in, and that's going to help your lips settle into your face like they actually do. Look in the mirror, you can tell. Now on your upper lip, it tends to dip down right here in the middle just a little bit. You know, we have this kind of thing coming down. It has a name. From below your nose, right? So here on your upper lip is going to be down, and it comes up. And the interesting thing your upper lip does is it goes down into the corners of your mouth. It kind of tucks into the mouth here, where your lower lip just kind of ends. So this is going to kind of look like it's tucking in typically on the ends. So we're going to look for this to be dipped down, and then, you know, go back up, and then kind of tuck in here at the corners. So some things to look at: how wide is my lower lip? How wide is my upper lip? Do I look like I have more of a pucker, especially if I'm a girl? Then you got to make it wider here, more narrow here. Maybe move it in a little. If you have a wider mouth, don't move it out too far, but just it's going to be wider throughout. Another thing that generally happens on lips that's going to make the lips look that much more realistic is the way the lighting is. Your bottom lip sticks out from your face more, but your upper lip's kind of tipped in towards your the middle of your mouth. So your upper lip is almost always shaded in darker than your lower lip. So let's shade in our upper lip. Let's shade in the corners of the mouth a little bit. Just typically, whatever your mouth looks like, it's probably going to be shaded at the corners. And then maybe, you know, across the lower in here. So we just added some shading, and we're starting to get some pretty realistic looking lips here. In fact, these lips are maybe a little bit big, but you get the general idea. Some people have a distinct shadow here under the lips. Some people don't. So if you do, see if you have a shadow, kind of draw it gently so it doesn't look like whiskers necessarily. And then you would have some shade typically on your face around this area, maybe some shading here, depending on your face. A little bit of shading, of course, for your chin. You're young, so you shouldn't have too many shadows here. You're young, so your cheeks are full. Like I have shadows here, but you probably don't. And then we can, while we're at it, we can start to look. There's going to be something here on the sides of your eyes, a little bit more going into here. Just kind of showing you some typical areas that tend to have more shadows. So I'm adding some hints of shading here and there. So anyway, this is our lips. Hope you had fun with them. Tendency is to make them way too small, but take a look. Are my lips as wide as the center of my eyes? Are my lips a little bit closer to my nose than they are my chin? But like I said, the midpoint might be around here. And then take a look. The main thing we want to get right is this middle line. That's how I put those lips in. So take a look at your lips. Keeps getting awkward, doesn't it? And if you're just a little bit happy, this is probably gonna curl up. But take a look in the mirror at these corners of your eye. What kind of expression of your mouth? Sorry. What kind of expression do you have here? I want to talk just briefly about drawing teeth. If you have an open mouth, let's say this is pretty open mouth I'm sketching in here. Or maybe they're singing or something. I don't know why. So it's not. So when you have to draw teeth, it's kind of an exaggerated mouth. If you draw in every tooth, it looks like you have gaps between your teeth. So what people typically might do is you might draw kind of along the bottom of your teeth. Like, so this is your upper lip with teeth showing because you're screaming or something. So maybe try to hold back a little bit on the teeth, or they look like they have gaps between them. So maybe go on and do the line below them, or if you draw the lines between them, very, very light lines, keep them nice and straight. If you just do it really quick and they're not straight, they start looking pretty crazy and crooked and stuff, whether or not your teeth actually are. So a little quick something on teeth. And actually, I don't think you can see that. That's all I did. Very simple. Okay, enjoy that mouth. One more video, you guys.